Hey guys, how are you all doing tonight? Today, whatever. Alright, so today is day 20 of 30 days of vlogging or more, depending on how it goes. But, well, I'm definitely gonna keep vlogging and stuff like that. I just don't know if it'll be like every single day after the 30 days, so we'll see. So, so today we are gonna do the motivation one that kept getting pushed on back further and further with other stuff. So, alright, so what motivates you guys? Like, what gets you going in the morning? What do you love? What do you know, that sort of thing. So, motivation to me is just not what you do, like what drives you, but I think it's like also like, I guess it's kind of like my why of why I do everything, and not only that, but what I mean, it drives you and stuff like that. For me, my motivation is, so I'm a single mother of three, and I guess really what drives me is my three kids. But it's not just my three kids, it's also doing what I love and showing them that it's okay to do the same thing. Drive for what continue to do what you love and what you're enjoying and stuff like that. Don't settle for things just because it's easier, keep always pushing your boundaries and stuff like that. For me, that's the same thing with me. I mean, like my kids, that's what I try to teach them, and that's what I do with myself. I mean, for the longest time, I wasn't, how can you say? I mean, I was just living, I mean, and I don't even know if you would call it living. I was just here. And unfortunately, I mean, I just didn't have anything. I didn't want to accomplish anything. I mean, there was things, yes, but for the longest time, and I mean, it was when I was married, I lost who I was. I lost Jennifer, at the time it was just wife and mother, like I didn't have any other identity of anything else to do. And it's not a good thing to lose yourself, unfortunately. I mean, like I said, we just didn't work together, and we're not good together. I mean, have three beautiful kids. I'm not saying that I'm not, I'm glad that we did get married and stuff like that. It taught me a lot about myself, and then also who I want to be with as a partner. And so to say, so yeah, so I lost who I was and my drive behind everything that I did. I mean, when I was younger, I mean, dude, I wanted to be a vet. I was working a horse farm. I mean, I had this outgoing personality and all of this stuff, and I just had this drive to like conquer the world. I mean, just do all that I can do and love what I do. And I lost that. I mean, there was also my mom getting sick and stuff like that, so that was a hard thing for me. And even then, I think what happened is I went into this caretaker mode, and then got married and all of this stuff, and just lost who I was. And so that's why, even too, like what I said yesterday, find out who you are sexually, spiritually, everything, business wise, what you want to truly be and where you're supposed to be. And so yeah, so I lost myself for the longest time, and then I started realizing who I'm supposed to be, and that's me. You're supposed to be you, and whoever else, we're all supposed to follow our own sort of path, and we kind of can veer off of it. And so, like, your motivation, I mean, I lost it. I had no motivation. I was just here. It was like, I'm living, I had my kids and all of that stuff, and I was married, but it was like I lost that drive to do more than just a little bit. I lost the drive to be like, you know what, I'm gonna do a little bit more. I'm gonna not just settle for the average. I'm gonna go over here and do the weird and all of the other stuff. I mean, when you think about it, I love, I tell people I am weird. I am not your normal at all. I don't want to be normal. I want to be the person that's over there and be like, dude, like people looking at me and be like, what is up with her? Yeah, I mean, yeah, if it's weird, but I'm also doing something I most likely love and having fun and just living in the moment, living my life to the fullest, you know? And so that's what, we all have to find ourselves. We can't lose ourselves, because if you lose your identity of who you are, there's no drive behind that. Your motivation is gone. I mean, yeah, you could say, well, your motivation was to get up and take care of your kids every day, but that's not really, I mean, that's just sustaining, and motivation, the little kind of motivation I'm talking about, is where you get up, go, and you're like doing more than what you normally do, and pushing the boundaries of the norm, or what people are just saying, oh, well, that's your normal thing, like the 9 to 5 job, and stuff like that. And there's people that are happy just in that, which is awesome. We all there. If we didn't have regular people doing the regular stuff, that's then who would do that? But for me, I mean, so yeah, then so after a while, I mean, after being married so long and whatnot, I lost myself, and then I started finding who I am, and it wasn't just mom, and it wasn't just wife, and you know, in the relationship wise, it's like I've said it before, but what I'm looking for when I do find another partner to be with and stuff like that, I want a partner. I don't want to have to take care of you. I don't want to have, I mean, we're supposed to rely on each other, and so like that's a whole another subject, I guess, and I don't even know. I maybe have talked about it. I'll have to go back and see. But so find out who you are, and then find out where you're wanting to go, and find out what would drive you to go that way. Find out what you love, find out what makes you get up in the morning. Yes, my 3 beautiful kids, they are a driving force behind me, but it's not just having them. What I do, and my extra drive to do that extra and that different, and not what everybody else does, and who has the courage to do that sort of stuff, that is what I want to teach my children. I don't want them to be okay with just the normal. I want them to push themselves and drive themselves. And I want to show them that it's okay to do that. Like, hey, my mom was a single mom, and she freaking pushed and did extra things. She did above what normal people would do. Or, like, yeah, she was weird, but dude, you should have seen what she did. That's how we should be nowadays, and not just be okay with the okay, or okay to be comfortable. I mean, if you're not changing, you're staying still. If you're not growing, you're just falling backwards. I mean, you really just got to keep moving forward, because if you're not, if you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. And that's part of what really, the relationship thing. We grew apart. We were two completely different person than when we first met. And so my drive was and my motivation to do more than what we were comfortable in. I mean, it wasn't comfortable at all. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying just what the normal was at that time. And so, so yeah, for me, my motivation is my kids, but it's not just having my kids. It's showing them what life can be like if you really push and have that drive to do more than just a little bit. Do more than just what's comfortable. Do more than what just average day-to-day sort of thing. Push and drive to do more. Find that thing that you love and go for it. I mean, be happy in life. Just don't accept the bare minimum, because we all should have standards, and that's okay to have standards. It's good to have standards. If you just accept just if you accept things that are like below what you're expecting or wanting less, I mean, you're not living up to your full potential. You're really not. And so for the longest time, I was okay with just okay, or I was just comfortable being in the comfy spot, not worrying about stuff, or, I mean, there's other stuff that was going on when I was married and whatnot, but it's like, I was just there, I was just, and now I'm, one, happy, and just like, weird, which I embrace that. Everybody should embrace their weird, so embrace your weird. You know, don't settle for the normal. Go above, push yourselves. Go, you know, if you're seeing something that you really want to do, go for it. I mean, it'll pan out. If you truly believe in something and you drive towards that, it will happen. But you have to have that belief in it. You have to have that drive in it, and you just know. And even too, motivation is not just you're continuing to drive forward or doing that. It's your knowing that your end is where you're going to be. You know, knowing that path at the very end, that end part where you're going to be, knowing in your heart of hearts and your brain and all of that stuff in your very soul and your center, wherever you want to call it, knowing it fully 100% that you're going to end that, then it's going to, you know, it will happen. You just have to have complete knowing that it will believe in it, you know. And so so yeah, that's kind of my thing. Motivation is not just motivation is just not getting up every day to, you know, what is your why, but it's also, you know, yeah, it's my kids, but it's also the other underlining thing. Like, yeah, you're saying my motivation is my kids. Well, what about your kids? Yeah, I'm a single mother of 3, but the thing is, what about it do you want them to know or show? I mean, yeah, I want to give them nice big place, all that they could desire and stuff like that, and teach them to grow a thing. But for me, it's not just about the stuff. Honestly, I want them to see that mom decided to do something, and mom knew and believed in her heart that it was going to happen, or all of that stuff, and it happened. So it can happen for me too. You know, I believe that I can do this. Or like, oh, I found out with David, he wants to be a game designer and then YouTuber, which I knew that was still going to be there. So, but you know what I mean? It's kind of that whole sort of thing of just like, yeah, do it, go for it. You know, I mean, I just want them to know and see that you can drive and go for that dream, but just believe in it, you know. So it's not just your why. You need to like really have a following, a solid why's your why. You know, why is it just, you know, yes, I get up every day for my kids. Well, why? What else are you doing that shows what your why is? You know, what is driving you for that? So yeah, I wake up for my kids, but why do I do what I do? Or why do I get motivated to do certain things? Well, that's why, you know, I want them to see all of that. So yeah, so definitely find yourself. Don't lose yourself in relationships or anything like that. If you lose sight of who you are, you're not living to your full potential, for one. And even if you are in a relationship, if you're not who you're supposed to be, truly supposed to be, like who you are, and you're either putting it in the front or you've lost yourself, that's not you're not in a relationship. You're just together. You're just in this comfort, you know, and that's not good, you know. I mean, it really isn't. And so yes, so that is my stuff for today for motivation. I hope it makes sense and stuff like that for what I'm saying. I guess it's not just saying, hey, get up in the morning, talk to yourself, be motivational. It's find that extra why. So you have your why. Well, why do you want? Why is that motivation for you? What else are you wanting to do just besides your kids? What do you want to show them? Or why do you, you know, say, I want to change this, or I want to show this? Well, find that freaking thing, you know, like that's my end goal, is to be able to have my kids be like, wow, mom set out to do something and she did it, you know. That is awesome. So thank you guys. Today is day 20 of my 30. I knew it was going to happen. Yeah, every once in a while, just my mouth just keeps running and whatnot. So 20 days of my 30 days of vlogging, or plus, however more, probably more. I mean, I will continue to do it, but I don't know if it'll be consecutively. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate all the following, all the support, any comments that you guys have made. I totally enjoy it. I appreciate it. So don't forget leave any comments of what your guys' motivation is, and not only that, but not just your why, but what drives you to do that, you know. Would be really cool. And don't forget to share, because everyone needs a little bit of motivation, and not only just motivation, but your why behind that and what drives you. And then don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because that way you can see when I post my video for tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. So thank you guys again, and I will see you tomorrow.